Howdy everyone, Old School Game Collector here, and this is a conversation over coffee. So, for starters, I made a thing of espresso, and I was pouring sugar in. The lid to the sugar came off, and about 8 tons of sugar went inside. I tried to eradicate how sweet it would be by making a second espresso. All it has done is made it double as strong, and it's still incredibly sweet. And it's fairly late in the evening, so I hope I can sleep. So pray for my sleep tonight. So, alright, on to the news. It is the birthday of the Nintendo Switch and the birthday of Zelda Breath of the Wild, which was my favorite game of last year. And what a year it's been for Nintendo. Just a few things I was going to read from them. Just about their accomplishments. So March 3rd, 2017 was when the Nintendo Switch hit store shelves. Since then, fans have embraced the system's unique ability to alternate between handheld and TV mode and its ever-growing library of great first and third-party games. I think we've talked about this a little bit before. I do think that one of the reasons why the Switch has been so wildly successful is because I can pick it up and go play it anywhere. And that doesn't even mean that you have to go travel with it, right? Like, for instance, last night, my wife was gonna watch something on the TV, so I just grabbed my Switch, picked it up, and I went into my bedroom and kept playing a little bit of NBA 2K. Even though I'm still a little mad at that game, I played a little bit of NBA 2K in bed. But I also do travel a lot, and I love the fact that I can bring Super Mario Odyssey, Breath of the Wild, just all these games with me on the road wherever I go. So I do think that's a major selling point. So in March 2017, obviously Breath of the Wild launched. It says that they received a score of 97 on Metacritic, as well as numerous Game of the Year awards. In April, we got Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. One of the cool things about that game is that it was the first game that I ever actually played in tabletop mode. I was traveling during that season to do a bunch of student camps I was playing music at, and it was a hit. I literally put it on the table, I'd hand some kids some Joy-Cons, and we'd be playing literally four-player Mario Kart just in the lobby or wherever, and we played all weekend, and that became a huge hit even with the host homes and different places that we were staying at, or the hotel rooms that we were staying at. So Mario Kart 8 Deluxe had come out. In June 2017, Nintendo released ARMS, which I never played. I can't really speak to it. Just didn't really look too far up my alley. I was an avid fan of Ready to Rumble boxing for the Dreamcast. Long live the Dreamcast, RIP, but ARMS just looked a little different for me. July 2017, Splatoon 2 came out. I did buy that game. I did play it for a short season. It did not continue to garner my attention. I really tried to give it a go for a little while. Just wasn't really my cup of tea. There were some seasons there where I was like, oh, I really dig this weapon, and if there's a certain weapon that I liked, I stuck with it for a little while, but I hate to tell you all, as a collector, I sold it. I still sold it. I didn't keep it for very long, but it did give me some fun in the summertime because I was traveling and doing summer camps and playing music at summer camps. In August 2017, one of the biggest surprises came out. A third-party game of the year for Nintendo was Ubisoft's Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, which is, I guess, sort of like an XCOM style game. Still haven't picked that up either. I love XCOM. It's one of the few games that I actually play on PC and thoroughly enjoy it. I'll buy this game eventually, but the truth is, I was pretty addicted to Zelda for so long, I didn't pick up many other games for a while, until October 2017, when Super Mario Odyssey came out, which also earned a 97% on Metacritic. I love that game as well. It is no Super Mario 64 to me, but it is still a beautiful game and I love it. Then in December, we got Xenoblade Chronicles 2, which I own. I own the limited edition, and I still haven't played that either. My backlog is so far backed up. And mostly it's because I play a lot of Super Nintendo and regular Nintendo games. Like the last 2 days I've been playing Kirby's Avalanche like crazy because my wife and I are going a little bit nuts that we can't make it past like level 7. Those old Super Nintendo puzzle games. I don't know, maybe some of you are crazy good at them, but and some big third-party games had come out. Stardew Valley, which I own, haven't played. Overcooked Special Edition, I don't own and haven't played. Shovel Knight Treasure Trove, I do own, and I love that game. If you have not played it yet, you need to do yourself a favor, shut this video off and download that game now. It is so very good. All right, and here's kind of what is down the pipeline for Nintendo soon. Kirby Star Allies. I think there's a demo out for it right now on the Switch. I haven't played the demo, but I think it just came out in the last few days. Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. I couldn't care less. I played it for the Wii U. It was fine. Mario Tennis Aces, I am so pumped because there's going to be a story mode just like the one for the GBA, which is my favorite Mario Tennis game. And a little side note, I was just playing Hot Shots Tennis for the PlayStation 2 right before I made this video. Wolfenstein 2, The New Colossus, I'll be very curious to see how that game looks on Nintendo Switch because it's a graphical powerhouse. And Dark Souls Remastered, I know a lot of y'all are excited for that. I am because I never played the game, so I most likely will pick it up. And of course, what's coming out the soonest is Nintendo Labo. It's one of those, but it's essentially just pieces of cardboard that you design to do things. I say that in a facetious way because that really, the crux of it, the core of it, that is what it is. But I guess with more and more hands-on impressions, people are saying it's pretty cool. I don't really know much about it. I've made the joke before that it really doesn't matter because Nintendo fanboys will buy anything, even cardboard. We saw that with the Mario cereal somewhere behind me, but I bought a couple of those too. But we'll see what the Labo does. It looks like it could be something cool for kids. Also looks like something that would be easily broken by kids if that is the target audience. So we will see. But here's what I found most interesting. Some rumors for 2018 for the Nintendo Switch. I'd love to hear if you've heard of any of these rumors or just some things that you think after year one of the Switch. Did you dig it? Do you not dig it? You know, I know a lot of people when they bought the Wii U, they didn't touch it. They'd say it'd been 6 months, they hadn't even picked it up. Has that been your just kind of experience with the Switch, or no? Are you still pretty heavily invested? I would love to know that. I'd also love to know maybe some rumors that you think are out there for the future, maybe in the near future, like 2018. I'll tell you, there's a Nintendo Direct coming out. I'm not sure if I'm going to upload this video tonight or not, but if I do, it is tomorrow, March 8th, is a Nintendo Direct. I would lose my mind if they announced Pokemon. The sooner I can get my hands on Pokemon, the better. I haven't played a Pokemon game in a very, very long time, so I would love to get my hands on a Pokemon. I'd also love to hear some more information on Metroid Prime. But my guess is if we're gonna get any kind of new news, I think we'll probably get something about Smash Brothers. That's just my guess. Maybe that's wishful thinking. I don't know. I just know that people clamor to Smash Bros. It's such a long party title that you'd love to have it around for the longevity of the hardware because you want people playing it for years to come. So I could see that. I could also see a Mario Party because that is very similar and akin to that kind of game, a game that you're gonna play over the longevity of a device with tons of people and it gains traction. But I read some rumors that I thought were super interesting, and this is one that was from the Wall Street Journal where they were talking about how there could be a thing such as a Nintendo Switch 2.0 model. I don't really know what that means. I know that what the rumor mill, according to them, is that this would maybe be a new piece of hardware. Maybe it's that the dock is stronger, so it allows for better upscaling of these games, because you know it only runs in 7020p when it's in handheld mode and 1080 when it's on the TV. But is there some way, who knows, to make it 4K? That to me seems crazy. I'm not an engineer. It just seems like a lot of extra work, especially if the statistics are right and it's about split down the middle, 50-50 from what I've seen. I know there's a lot of different statistics on how people are playing their Switch, but that's one of the rumors. Another rumor is that it maybe be a whole other hardware that you'd put right into this dock. So they'd maybe charge you $150, $200 and keep upgrading the actual Switch hardware units, and they would go into the same dock. I'd love to know what your thoughts are. Maybe there's someone out there that knows a little bit more about engineering than I do, which would mean you'd have to only know one thing about engineering to know more than I do, because I know zero. But that's one of the rumors, that there could be a Nintendo Switch 2.0, but Nintendo has shot that down for 2018, but they have said that they are looking into more peripherals, so some things that they can add on to the Switch to give it a better experience. So I wonder what that could mean. You know, like, I wonder if there's special kinds of Joy-Cons that do different things for different games. I think oftentimes when Nintendo has done this in the past, it's really just been gimmicky and it's worked for like a game or two. So I'm not sure what they could use that would do that. I know that I've seen even some mock virtual reality headsets. I don't know anything about engineering, so I don't know how that would work, but I've seen some where the visor's here, the Switch goes in, and somehow the way that they have the goggle portion of it allows it to be VR because there is motion sensors built into this stuff. I don't know. I wonder what the peripherals could be, but that's what I'm reading in the rumor mill, again, from the Wall Street Journal, could be happening in the year 2018 because a Switch 2.0 is not necessarily on the docket. So, with all that being said, let me know, how did you think the first year of the Switch was? Why do we not have an eShop yet that has the Virtual Console? That doesn't make any sense to me. The only sense that it makes to me is that it's a business decision. They wanted to see how many Switches they could sell right out of the gate without the VC, and they sold so many, they said, let's just hold up. Why give them all these Super Nintendo, regular Nintendo games, and not, if they're already spending the money on the hardware for this, let's push first and third party development into titles that they maybe don't already have, and then we'll excite them 2 or 3 years in and give them the Virtual Console. Obviously, the rumor mill right now is that would happen this fall. They would start charging for the internet. You'd get like a free Super Nintendo game every month. But who knows? But I'd love to know what your thoughts are on year one. Was it great? Did you love it? Was it a disappointment? Are you still playing your Switch? And after all of that, what do you think 2018 entails? What peripherals are coming down the gate? What do you think? What kind of software do you think is announced? So thank you all for sticking around with this conversation over coffee. I hope you all have a great day and happy gaming.